So, what on the other side? What are some of the benefits that you've enjoyed being a business owner?
Yeah, I think those benefits of being a business owner are at least those first ones that you think about, or that I thought about when starting this, maybe are not what they seem on face value. You know, the I'll have all this freedom, because I own this business and it's mine, and I can do whatever I want whenever I want, and that's really not true.
Right. Yeah.
As it's so I think there's certainly a big aspect of it is creating, I guess, the satisfaction of creating something, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I stop and turn around and look back and say, wow, I did this.
Right.
Looking back 20 years and saying it, and considering that didn't even really know what I was doing, and just decided to kind of go into business for myself because I'm good at this. Classic E-Myth,
Right. Yeah.
Scenario. But yeah, I think knowing that I to some degree can choose with whom I work, the people around me, my employees and vendors and partners, there's a lot of benefit to that. That's, we can choose that.
Yeah.
Customers, yeah, to some degree. I mean, they choose us. We can sometimes say yes and sometimes say no to some. So there's a little bit of freedom in that. But yeah, I think, being able to take a 6-month sabbatical is tremendous. I mean, that's a big benefit. It took 20 years to get there, and that's an awful long time to wait for a vacation. But, some people never get that.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think kind of building off what you said, for me, it really comes down just the key of being able owning whatever the mistakes are or the errors are, because philosophically, I realize that every journey is going to have mistakes, and any business that I'm involved in or operating is going to have its share of mistakes.
Yeah.
But there's something about the fact that they're my mistakes that makes a big difference to me in terms of, rather than working for other people and then having to live with the mistakes that maybe I didn't have full ownership of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think creating that place where people work together and can own mistakes and help me with mine,
Right.
is pretty neat. It's there is, I guess, a feeling of control there. Like I do have control over what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I
some degree.
subscribe to ultimately in a business like yours, where you have to sometimes direct, as you mentioned earlier, upward of 50 people, you don't literally have day-to-day control over everything that's necessarily going to happen. And if somebody down the line makes some kind of mistake, you may not have had direct control over that. But for me, I kind of sit back and think, well, but I had control over choosing that person to be on my team.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I still get to own it,
Yep.
which I just feel better about. I don't know why. It's just that intangible feeling.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's I guess there's some helplessness in observing, the contrary, which would be other people's mistakes that
Yeah.
I've had no control over. I have no control over.
couldn't
and
influence
I couldn't
and-
influence, and
Yeah.
that's now I just got to deal with it. There is some I guess power and freedom in owning every aspect of those
Yeah.
mistakes. Ultimately, I made some decision that has led to this, or I have not put the right process in place or empowered people to do differently or something. So